Thanks for tuning in to Lola.com's intern podcast, Internal Affairs. Before we get started, we'd love to invite you to the Lola.com Agile Operations Summit on November 6th in Boston, Massachusetts. Have you ever wondered why there isn't an event that's built for and celebrates the finance and ops people on your team? Well, now there is. With inspiring and educational speakers such as Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank, thought-provoking discussion, lots of good food, and tons of fun, this event is a surefire home run.
And for all of our listeners out there, we'd love to give you $100 off. Simply use the code FINANCEHAPPY to get $100 off. At a finance and ops conference, it's only apt that we try to help you save some money. And because Lola loves its student interns so much, just like us too, we want you to come for free. Use the code FREELUNCH because hey, you will get some free lunch out of it. Go to lola.com/AOS to buy your tickets today.
All right, good morning and welcome to episode 5 of Internal Affairs, the Lola.com intern podcast. Today, Ramsel and I are here with Megan Herr.
Hi,
welcome
happy
to
be
the
here.
podcast. Another marketing intern. We're really turning the tides now.
Yeah, I think engineering has had its shine for long enough. We
Yeah.
can switch it up.
did.
We're taking over the throne. So Megan, you are on the marketing team.
Yep.
You are doing mostly some data stuff.
Yeah,
and
I'm definitely
stats.
focused more on like behind the scenes marketing rather than like content, just because that's like what I enjoy doing more.
Cool. You're actually my desk buddy, so
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you have to listen to me eat lunch every day.
And
Oh,
whistle,
it's okay.
apparently.
The
I might be
whistling,
allowed
the
chewer.
whistling.
But you are a rising sophomore at
Yes.
UVA.
Yeah.
Tell us some about what your major is. I know you had, I think, a switch in your major path
Yeah.
and kind of how that led you to your internship here at Lola.
Okay, well, basically, I thought I was going to major in chemistry. It was like kind of impulsive and just like I enjoyed chemistry in high school. My dad actually was a chem major.
Is he a chemist?
No, he dropped out of grad school. He might not be happy that I said that, but he dropped out of grad school. He
Too
works
smart
in
for it.
product management now.
That's tight.
But pretty much I got to UVA and I would have to take organic chemistry because I tested out of regular chem and I was like, yeah, first semester of college, I'm not doing that.
I heard some horror stories about
Yeah,
organic
no
chem.
one likes organic chem. So I decided not to take it, and I haven't taken a chem class since being there. I took some stats classes, which I also took in high school, and the commerce school is really good there. So basically, I've declared my major in statistics with a focus in econometrics, and I'm
That's
hoping
tough.
to
Econometrics is
also
very
major.
tough.
That's a cool word. First, I've never heard that word before. Econometrics.
That's like that sounds really fancy and smart, and you're probably way more intelligent than I am.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
It's
She's
good
like,
for-
I'm
good
not
for
gonna
a
say
resume.
no.
I'm not gonna deny it, but like, and then I also want to double major in the comm school in IT and business analytics, but like you have to apply in, so like
So fingers crossed.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just major in stat, but yeah.
So you haven't applied yet.
So you apply in the fall of your second year, so I'll be like applying, or in January, so I have to do that application
Gotcha.
soon. Yeah.
So tell us about some things that you're doing at Lola that translate back towards stats, business analytics,
Yeah,
etc.
totally. Okay, so when I like decided to get an internship for the summer, Lola seemed really cool because it was a startup, and like when I interviewed, I loved all the people here. And I didn't really know at that point what I like wanted to do yet. I mean, I still don't really know, but
You got time.
so I don't think that I'll end up going into marketing, just because there isn't as much data to do with that. Like at larger companies, there are like market data. But basically I've been doing a lot of like analysis of like our leads and closed loss stuff. And right now I'm starting a new project where I'm like gathered all the reviews for our entire market. And I'm going to analyze like sentiment and keywords to figure out like how our industry really talks about travel so we can like match that with all our content that we put out. So yeah.
Very important for marketing, especially.
Yes, for sure.
And so I'm in product marketing, as you know.
Yeah.
And a bunch of the content that we put out towards both like leads in various stages of acquisition, but also the customers that we currently have are all based on what prospective customers and customers are saying.
Yeah.
So to be able to centralize that is so important because there's so many different review sites out there.
Yeah.
And people choose some they'll choose multiple or just one, and for whatever rhyme or reason, but you have all this data that's out there.
Yeah.
So to
It's
collect
important
that
to
is
use
like
it. Yeah,
unbelievably helpful.
For sure, yeah.
Cool. Let's get into some of your interests. So I also know that you love to travel.
I do love to travel.
Are you going to study abroad?
I want to study abroad in Australia. I don't know why. It's kind of impulsive, and I just want to go.
Kangaroos.
But my family traveled a lot, so I've been to Europe a few times, and like
Nice.
we've gone to Hawaii a lot. Like we just
Ooh.
really like it there because we used to live in California. Only till I was
cool.
2,
Where
so
in
I don't really
California?
remember it. Lived in Los Gatos. It's kind of like southernish.
Los Gatos?
Yeah.
The cats?
Oh, there's
Like
the
the
accent.
cats.
Nice.
But I don't really remember it. But so
Right.
yeah, we go to Hawaii a lot. Yeah. I really like to travel. My favorite place I've been is definitely Greece. I got to pick
Wow.
Greece as like my graduating high school trip. And it was just like so
Oh, like, so it
beautiful.
was a
Like,
school, it wasn't a family trip, it was a
no,
school
it was
trip.
a family trip, but like as our like
a family tradition,
Like
yeah.
when my
Oh.
older sister, she graduated, we
Oh.
went to Italy.
It wasn't like a graduation trip with the school.
No, it was
Grad-
like a
Congrats.
If my school sent us to Greece, that would be incredible.
Yeah.
But no,
Right.
it was a family
I think
trip.
after graduating, she was like ready to leave too.
Right.
So it's probably
No, I was
good.
definitely ready to leave. Yeah, I was out of there. But yeah, Greece was amazing. We went to like these monasteries that were like built on these cliffs, which was like the most beautiful place I've ever been, probably. So that was
Wow.
super cool.
Nice. What are your like some of your goals when you get to I mean, because you're still like doing a lot. You're still having the opportunity to go to a lot of places. What are your like goals when you like go to a new place? What are you trying to find? What are you trying to do?
I definitely like to go and like actually experience more like localized things because I feel like a lot of times when you travel, you go and like do like touristy stuff, which can be like super fun, obviously.
Yeah.
But like when we were in Italy, we tried to eat at like local places. So we went to this like pizza place that was like kind of underground, like you know, you like go down the steps off the sidewalk, and it was like the best pizza I've ever had. Like it was so good, and it was like a family-owned restaurant that like.
Do you feel like your parents are like the tourist type, and you're like, come on, let's do something cool?
No, my parents are definitely like up for doing like cool stuff. Like my
Nice.
mom's a little more like cautious about things, but my dad definitely is like up for whatever. So yeah.
When you've had the opportunity to travel, do you feel like it's influenced how you've developed this worldview or how you interact with people on a day-to-day basis?
Maybe a little bit. A lot of the trips that we do have, like one of my regrets is like not really building relationships or like meeting locals as much as I would have liked to. That said, like I do really enjoy learning about other cultures. Like I took a world religions class in high school, and like that's when I started being like doing meditation like occasionally, and like it was just really interesting to me because like I try to be exposed. You try to expose yourself to things, obviously, but like a lot of times it's hard to like understand other cultures. So it was interesting because that class like explored kind of all of them, and that's kind of where it like that interest rooted for me.
Nice.
Cool.
That's cool.
And going off that, can you talk some more about how meditation plays a role in your life? I know like a lot of people say that they do it or try to do it with like varying success, but I think it's even just like as small as taking 10 minutes of your day to just like give yourself some headspace, take a break, take a couple breaths. So like how do you manifest that?
Yeah, so basically like I consider myself a very intense person, like my whole family is, and that's fine. We like invest ourselves
good
a lot
for
in
a
what
startup,
we do,
but-
we like whatever. But I've never really been the most stressed out person, so I never thought like, oh, like I need to be like managing my stress or like clearing my head, because like I usually like let things go pretty easily. Like I don't stress about like exams or like anything like that. But like we did a meditation in that class I was just talking about, and like I just like feel like good afterward, because like it's a time where like you aren't thinking about anything. So I usually will do like a guided meditation where you like do like your breathing, and like there's usually they like talk about like clearing your head or whatever, or like progressive muscle relaxations are also really good.
Talk about that. I've never heard of that
Okay,
phrase.
so basically what you do is you can like be sitting or lying down or whatever, and you like start with your feet and you like tense that part of your body, and then you relax it, and to like make sure that it's relaxed. You can be like, relax your body right now, and you're like, okay, yeah, I'm relaxed.
Right.
But like you aren't, and so it like makes you like focus on every little tension, and then you like work your way up your whole body.
Ooh.
And then like when you're done, you kind of just like lay there for a little while, and it just like feels really, really good.
I've done it before because we had someone at my high school come in, and like during finals and stuff, he'd run these trainings.
Yeah.
And even just going in at my lunch break for like 20 minutes and doing that, you feel like
awesome.
Yeah, it's
afterwards.
hard to describe.
It's hard. Yeah.
Like I feel like
It
I
sounds like
probably
an
did a pretty-
otherworldly
Ramsel
experience.
was like, you guys are not on the same planet right now. But
I'm with it though. I'm ready to
Like,
do this.
you should do it.
Yeah.
Like you don't even have to do it for that long. You can do one for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And like you just like feel really good after. Like you just like feel like I don't even know the right word. Just like clean. It doesn't sound like the right word. You just feel like good. That's not
Feel
even like
cleansed.
Like
Yeah.
yeah,
Cleansed.
that's what I was
Centered.
thinking of. Yeah.
Grounded with
Yeah.
with your body and the universe.
No, it's good.
awesome. Well, at this stage, I think it's time for some rapid fire question round. What do you think?
yeah.
I'm
let's
excited.
let it rip.
Let's we only have a few today, but let's
Okay,
learn
okay.
some more about Megan Hur. So, favorite movie of all time?
Oh, hands down, my favorite movie of all time is Good Will Hunting.
Great
I've
movie.
seen it
Great
15
movie.
times or more. I kind of lost count.
That's a lot.
But yeah, it's a good movie.
Do you like own it on DVD? Because usually those type of people have it on DVD and just like,
DVD.
Okay, so I don't.
Right.
I don't own it
DVD
on
or
DVD.
iTunes
I
library.
I don't have anything that can play a DVD though.
oh no.
So I don't really need it on DVD. It was
Right.
on Netflix all of
Gotcha.
last year, so I watched it a lot. I don't know if it's still on there because I haven't watched it since coming home for the summer. But yeah, I've definitely watched it a lot of times.
I mean, so I'm gonna say something kind of wild.
Okay.
I've never seen the movie.
Okay, well you're going to now.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure.
We'll have an intern viewing, I think.
Okay.
We need
I guess what about the movie is like so tight? To see it 15 times.
Okay.
That's absurd. I can't like.
I've seen
I
like the
can't do
Avengers like
15
4
podcasts.
times.
I
Like
don't
the
know how
Dark
we
Knight.
The
could.
first time I
4
saw it, it's been like a lot of years because my mom really likes that movie. So the first time I saw it, I was like young-ish, probably like 10. I don't know. It's like set in Boston.
Right.
There's a good cast.
It's a very Boston
There's a good
movie.
storyline. It's
Mhm.
like he's really smart, and it's about like math, kind of, which I always like
Right,
really liked
yeah.
math. I don't. It's just like a good all. You gotta see it. You gotta.
I think this
you
is
gotta
like
experience
it's like
it.
your coming of age movie because it's about math, finding your true path.
Basically, it's my true life inspiration in a film.
That makes sense.
Well, by the next podcast, Ramsel will have watched it 16 times.
Get
How
on
about
it.
that?
That's crazy
On
considering.
repeat.
Well, we want to spoil our recording schedule, but I don't think I have a lot of time to watch it 16 times.
True.
All right, biggest pet peeve.
Biggest pet peeve is definitely when people chew really loudly. I can't really deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll like leave. It's just like
If you're telling me to switch seats, like you can just say it's my face.
so you need to eat out. You don't get to bring your food back anymore. No, it's just like one of those things that like makes you cringe, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just the.
Yeah. No, don't even start.
There's some foods that are way more difficult to chew quietly than others.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
chips. I always think I'm making such a loud noise.
Okay, as long
But I
as
think
you're
it's in
not
your own
eating
head.
chips in like a library, I feel like you're fine. Because chips are inherently crunchy. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, you can't make them not
Yeah.
loud.
Right.
Like, as long as you chew with your mouth closed,
Right.
chips are okay.
All right, last one. Are you a sunrise person or a sunset kind of person?
This dictates a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a hard question. I like sunrises better, but I like to sleep, so I definitely have seen more sunsets. I definitely think they're both beautiful, but like, I want to be a sunrise person,
Right.
but it's hard to be a sunrise
that
person.
morning dew on the grass. The
It's
air
just like
is crisp.
it
nice.
smells good in the morning. Everything's like waking up.
But especially in the summer, that's tough. Like I woke up at like
Oh,
5:50 this
summer? Yeah.
morning and the sun's like
Sun's
all the way up
already-
there. I'm like, are you
Yeah.
serious?
You gotta
Like-
keep chasing the sun to catch
Yeah.
that sunrise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's brutal. If you have ever had the opportunity to go to New York and like you're like walking the Brooklyn Bridge, it's a great place to watch the sunrise.
Yeah,
I've
there's
heard.
this like mountain at school. It's called Humpback Rock.
Mhm.
It's like tradition that you're supposed to climb it at least once while you're at school
Oh.
and watch the sunrise. I climbed it like in the middle of the day once and struggled.
So it looks like you might not
So
catch
doing
it.
it in the dark might be hard.
Right. Yeah. I've heard some horror stories of climbing in the dark, and it's
Yeah.
not a good
It's
idea.
just really steep, and we'll see what happens.
Right.
Hey, well, we can take the pictures that you took
Right.
and give it to our boy Jay over here. Shout out to Jay.
And
Get a little
superimpose
Photoshop
them
action.
somewhere
Yes.
around
Yeah.
in this
Yes.
general area. It'll look real good.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, something else I want to talk about is donating blood. I know we've talked about that
Okay.
some. I
Yeah.
think you do it a decent amount, right?
I do it like you can't donate like whole blood cells. This is gonna be boring, but like every 8 weeks you have to wait.
Okay.
But you can donate like platelets, which are a part of your blood cells,
Right.
every 7 days, which like is really hard to do when I'm at school because like you have to do that at a
Yeah.
hospital. But like my whole like thought process is like I don't need them, and there's people who do, and it takes like half an hour to do a regular blood donation. Like why would you not? Like my sister has an extreme fear of needles, and I would never be like everyone should donate blood.
Yeah.
Like get over your fears. But like if you don't have a problem with it, like why would you not? Like I'm going on Thursday night. It takes 3 hours to donate platelets. Like what was I gonna do? Like go watch TV at home? Like I can just go watch TV while I do this.
That's right. You can just,
You know?
now that you have a phone, you can just kind of put it right there.
It's
Do you have like a personal connection to that that's kind of pushed you to do it more often than other people?
Not really. Like I don't even know why I started doing it. I think I just did. Like in high school, like once you turn 16, like we had drives, and so I would go do it. And ever since then, I've kind of just always done it. It's like I don't know.
Do you have like a favorite like doctor? You know, like people have like their barber or their hairdresser of choice. Like I go every month, say hello to my
so
person.
Like when you donate blood, you can't really pick the person.
I know,
so I don't really
figure.
have a favorite one. They're all nice. I mean, they're all like good people. But no, probably not.
Oh, that's a bummer. It'd be cool to, you can just like hang with the person, like, hey,
The
back.
last time I donated, like a couple weeks ago, she was like, "Oh, do you come here a lot to donate blood? I definitely recognize you." And I was like at a church that I've never been to before in my life, and I was like, yeah, totally, because I didn't want to make her feel like uncomfortable. And weird. I never met that woman in my entire life.
Sometimes that happens.
It was fine. But yeah, I'm going tomorrow, so
Good for you.
we'll see how it goes.
Cool. Well, let's wrap up by talking a little bit more about your experience at Lola. Just tell us some of the things that you're enjoying. If there's anything that, not to be negative here, but then you wish could be constructive criticism or feedback. And yeah, just like an overview of your internship. I know we're all coming up in a few weeks on the close of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, just share some about that if you wouldn't mind.
So it's been really great. Like I've never worked literally anywhere before besides like food service. So it's been awesome just like be exposed to like the entire like business world, and like we've done a lot of onboarding activities, which is great. Also just like everyone here is like a good-hearted person, which like I feel like isn't what you picture when you're like, oh, I'm gonna go work in an office. And so it's really refreshing that like you can walk up to anyone if you've never even spoken to them before and just like ask any question or ask them to lunch. And so that's really refreshing, and it's just been great to like learn a lot. Like obviously I've worked with data before, but I'm like doing some stuff that I've never done before. Like it's more qualitative than quantitative, which is interesting.
Right.
And so just it's definitely been like a learning experience, and like made me definitely realize I do want to go into business, which is good because I really didn't know. So
Yeah. What type of people would you recommend to work at a place like Lola or Lola itself?
you definitely need to be driven and ambitious and be able to speak up for yourself at a place like this, because it's fast moving and you need to like present your own ideas because everyone is accepting of them. So as long as you're confident in what you're saying, people will listen to you. But I think you need to like have a genuine like concern for other people to work here. Like if you come in here and are like only concerned for yourself, you're just not going to do well because the people here won't be receptive to that. So teamwork's definitely important, I would say.
Cool. I definitely agree. Well, Megan, thank you so much for joining us
Yeah, thank
on
you.
episode 5 of Internal Affairs.
5.
We're really
Wow,
running up
God.
the docket now,
Yeah,
aren't we?
that's great. There's only 10 interns, 9 interns, so
I
we're
think there's
10, so we got a few
I
more
wanna say
left.
10,
yeah.
Gonna
so
miss you.
We're gonna miss you too, man.
All right. Well, Ramsel, great job. Jay, shouts to you.
Shout out to Jay.
Shout out to Jay over in the corner.
Yeah. So we'll see you at episode 6 of Internal Affairs. Have a great day. Peace.